My son and his luck with cars. He's been driving the Ford Expedition that we got for dog walking car. His car he lost the keys for, and well, he hit a deer about 60 miles an hour the other day and took out the whole front end of the Expedition, so that thing's out of service. He got a key finally for his car and got it going. Anyway, he's got wheels again now. He come out tonight to walk the dogs and wind up being movie night again, so we sat and watched a movie together. He just left a few minutes ago. Well, I come back up here to work on this wing again a little bit. The polybrush is pretty much dried up, cured on here now. I've had the door open and the fans going and stuff, so it's not real warm in here. I don't know if it's even 60 degrees in here or not, but this stuff's going to cure pretty slow at that temperature, but that's fine. But anyway, I'm going to trim up these 1-inch tapes here, and if I trim up my tapes where there's an edge already, see, like right here we've got the reinforcement tapes comes down, and if I cut this tape off right there where that reinforcement tape is, when the other tape goes over the top of it, it won't even show up. And the same thing here on this edge right here. There's a seam right there, an edge right there where that lower fabric comes up over the top of the upper fabric, and if I cut these right there like that, that edge where they butt together won't even show up. So I've got a brand new razor blade and wind up going through several razor blades doing this, but I'll go ahead and push that razor blade right up against that reinforcing tape, just hold it there tight and then pull right there. And I'll need to do a little bit of work on that. I got a couple of fuzzies on there and there's no poly brush underneath that, so I'll get that glued down, but that'll wind up disappearing underneath the tape that goes over the top of that. Anyway, you don't want to slice with the razor blade. You want to pull the fabric into the razor blade, otherwise you'll slice the fabric underneath. We may have to use multiple razor blades. These things dull pretty fast on this fabric. Now those two seams right there will just disappear. Now here, there's not really a seam right here, but that edge of that strut is right there. So if I pull that like that right on the edge of that strut, that'll go in there about as good as it's going to. We got another one here with reinforcing tape right there. And the leading edge or the wingtip bow. Alright, those longitudinal lines are on there, tapes. Well, I've got the diagonal tapes for the braces on and glued down, and I've got the span-wise tapes on the wing spars. I'll let those set up now. Everything is still wet. I was planning on going ahead and cutting my tapes for the cord-wise tapes there for the ribs, but I think I better wait until I get all of this stuff dried out first. A couple of spots where there's some runs there, some gobs that were kind of sagging down. I just have a 1-inch brush in a little container with a little bit of reducer in it, and I just wipe them down with that to thin them out and kind of spread them out and pick up the excess poly brush so it doesn't look quite so bad. Well, anyway, like I said, I think I'm going to call it a night and let that stuff dry now, and then tomorrow I can go ahead and trim up those tapes that I put down and start doing the cord-wise tapes, the ones across the ribs. So I've got 11 full-length ribs to do, and I've got 13 partial ribs to do.